Welcome to the CSR Vocal, this edition of CSR Vocal, which GRAAM has been facilitating. CSR Vocal is a platform for thought leaders, CSR corporate social responsibility practitioners, and that amplifies as the voice of thought leaders and practitioners driving positive change to share their insights, best practices, challenges, and innovations in the realm of corporate social responsibility and sustainability. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to speak to Mr. Rajesh Das today as part of our CSR Vocal by GRAAM, Grassroots Research and Advocacy Movement. I would like to welcome Mr. Rajesh Das for this edition of CSR Vocal. Welcome, Mr. Rajesh Das.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhagavan.
Mr. Rajesh Das is heading CSR at Somany Impresa Group that owns companies like Hindware, AGI, Greenpack, and HSIL. Presently, Mr. Das is leading Group CSR and responsible for project guidance to the board of CSR. And he has been working in the space for the last 15 years, working on several CSR projects, working on several development initiatives, which includes livelihood, education, skill development, and many more. Mr. Rajesh Das, this is going to be a very enriching, conversation, I believe. Thank you so much for joining on this occasion. Once again, I would like to welcome, and I would like to, know what it means to you is CSR to start with.
Before the Companies Act was amended, and before the government took a wise decision of bringing corporate into social sector in a very active manner, putting some law and all as a mandated kind of thing to sensitize that their responsibility is there, to the social sector cannot be avoided. So prior to that, philanthropy was, in the DNA of some of the, family philanthropists in India. Take the name about the Tatas or maybe the Birlas or maybe the Mahindras. They have been doing tremendous work in this particular sector. But having said that, those contributions and those ideas of giving something back to the society or to the nation's development through the family philanthropy or through charity, uh, it was termed as CSR, but it was not mandated. If the company is not doing it, nobody is going to ask it that why you're not doing it. Even if you are acting in a vicinity in a community where the community requires some kind of social contribution, if the company is not doing it, it's not mandated to do that. But after the CSR law came, it was like a mandate. If you are falling on that particular purview as per the mandate, obviously you have to do that, at least for the sake of the tick box. So, for my understanding and what I personally believe, that the social responsibility aspect of the corporates should go beyond, philanthropy, should go beyond the normal way of giving. Rather, it should, encompass all those activities like, we are acting in a society, in a community, in a village, or maybe in a rural area, or maybe a semi-urban area. It is our moral responsibility to give back to the community where we belong. You might be knowing in our society also, when when a child generally takes birth in a family, so generally parents do everything to nurture the child and whatever the child needs and all. And when the child grows, the parents don't even think twice to give them quality education, and whatever best possible way the parent that they can do, they do it, so that the child one day will become a nice citizen of this country. They'll add some value, whatever the value that the family is having, they will carry that value. Simultaneously, in the old days, there is certain expectation from the parents that they will take care of them. So similarly, I also believe that in the CSR, if the company is operating in a society, it has a moral responsibility towards them. Even if you don't follow in the purview of the law, it is your moral responsibility to give something back to the community, something back to the society. It's not for any marketing gimmick, or not for any PR branding, just to showcase that we are doing something, just everybody is doing. No, that the value has to be integrated with the business values. That's what I personally believe.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Basically, the business cannot run in isolation.
Yes.
It is part of the system and this society, and it takes a lot of things from the system and the society, and there is it is important that, I mean, it gives back to the society. I take this from your thoughts, definitely.